Hey dudes, welcome back. It's been a solid 3 or 4 months since you've last gotten a reading wrap up. So this is going to be, I'm gonna go get my glasses. This is going to be a reading wrap up of the last 3 or 4 months. I filmed a March one. I just didn't have enough space on my phone. But it's been chaotic, so we're back. I read 44 books, but I'm only going to talk about 12 or 13 of them, just because we all know how much time I like to take. So these are also in no particular order. My first one is called You've Reached Sam by Dustin Theo. Definitely just said that person's name wrong, but that's okay. Okay, I don't like these because I like wearing. Anyway, it follows Sam and Julie, and they've been dating since either sophomore or junior year of high school. And with that, they've been in separate. Mocha, could you not? Anyway, so they've been dating for a long time. But one night they are fighting, and then there's an accident and Sam dies. So with that, Julie is upset, obviously. Her boyfriend just died, and it's their senior year of high school. They had made a whole bunch of plans, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, and then she, stops answering everyone, stops calling everyone, and she's trying to, get rid of Sam in her life, almost, it seems like. But then one night she calls him, and he answers. So now they have this connection, but nobody else can know about it, and nobody else has the connection. So it's shit. But this book was sad. I'm almost positive, nope, I didn't, because I was in English class, otherwise I would have cried over it, but it was so freaking good, and it wasn't something I was really expecting. It was a lot different than what I was expecting, but also it was so extremely awesome, so extremely awesome. And I think everyone should definitely read it, because it was beautiful. Oh God, it was good. Okay, and then I read When It's Real by Aaron Watt, and this one is a fake dating trope. I know how we all love that, and it's actually enemies to lovers fake dating and some forced proximity. So anyway, it follows Oakley and don't even remember this chick's name. Vaughn. Oh yeah. Okay, so Oakley and Vaughn. Vaughn is the friendly girl next door, I don't know, normal girl kind of. But she's also really poor because her parents died. And so she had to drop out of high school, do it online, and then she has to postpone going to college so she can work and help pay for her brother's tuition and stuff. So she's very, not lower class, but compared to Oakley, who is a pop star, she's, they're on different levels, you know? So Oakley is a playboy. It's just the way he is. I don't know what the deal is there. It might be deep-rooted trauma, but who knows? But anyway, his PR team comes up with an idea to clean up his act. And how they decide to do this is to get him a fake girlfriend. But instead of it being someone who is in the spotlight, because they tried that before with him, they have it be someone who no one was expecting, you know? And so that's where Vaughn comes in, and they're forced to fake date. But also, Vaughn has a boyfriend when this all goes down. So it's oh shit, you know? But it was also not oh shit. It was beautiful. I really liked this book. It's also dual POV, and it just says him and her, but it's so freaking cute, and they are just, and it's not even it's, okay, I'm not gonna lie and say that I haven't read a story exactly like this before, because I definitely have, but at the same time, it's so extremely good. It's not even funny, because it was just, I don't know how to describe it to you, but like it felt like you were in a bubble when you were reading this, and everything was so fucking beautiful. But then at the end you're reading it and you're like, why is this happening? Why is this happening? Because you get both POVs, and that's what I love about a good dual POV. Except for then you're like, what the fuck? They both want the same thing, so why is this happening, you know? Anyway, it was good. There was a lot of ups and downs, a lot I didn't really see coming, but at the same time, chef's kiss, chef's kiss. Okay, next we're talking about Vipers and, full disclosure, I can't say this word, Viteros, by Sav R. Miller. This is a series. It's absolutely freaking amazing, but it is, however, dark romance, so there's a lot of intensity, one might say. Illegality, not sure if that's a word, but we're gonna make it a word. So pretty much it follows, what is this girl's name? It's Aiden and Riley, and it's like loosely based off of like Orpheus and Eurydice. I don't know how to say that person's name, but it's like loosely based off of that, like very loosely. Anyway, so Aiden is a pop star again. He's super good, whatever. Riley is, again, pretty much a normal girl. Nope, her brother is like super fucking rich, like super rich, super famous, has ends with the mafia. Yeah, so anyway, one night Riley is on a school trip. That's how it happens. Yep, either on a school trip, yeah, because I think she was in high school and she goes to a boarding school. So her and her roommates all went to this charity ball thing where the women got like auctioned off. It was weird, but also it was like a date, not like sex slaves, but and Aiden was performing there, and that's the reason that they wanted to go, is because they wanted to meet Aiden. So Aiden ends up buying Riley's time, and they go on a date in the city, have a great time, and it's the first time that Riley feels like free because she has a tragic past, you know, the good stuff. And so she feels free, yada, yada, yada. So does Aiden, yada, yada, yada. The next morning, claims come out that Aiden sexually assaulted her. And Riley's like, I never said that. That never happened. What the fuck? But because of her tragic past, she's not supposed to be in the limelight. So they have to fake her death, and she moves away. But Aiden, obviously this like tanked his fucking career. So he's like, what the fuck? And he doesn't believe that she's dead. Either he doesn't believe that she's dead, or he knows that she's not dead. So he tracks her down and he follows her. And it's a stalker romance. It's my first stalker romance that I've ever read. It was pretty intense, and sometimes I'm like, should I be reading this? Definitely no. I'm a child. I should not be reading this. However, it was good. I'm almost positive I also cried over this book because emotionally damaged people, something about two of them falling in love. It just does it for me. So, definitely check for trigger warnings. Definitely, like, go into this knowing this book is not for the faint of heart. Like, at all. It's pretty fucked up. But it's also good, so do with that what you will. Everybody likes something different, but I really like this book. In fact, I have the next book in the series in my Amazon cart. Anyway, next we have Dating Dr. Dill. You very well could have, I'm almost positive I've talked about this book on here before, but either way, it follows Prem and I don't remember literally Karina. I don't remember anyone's name. Oh, but something I absolutely loved about this book is there is a Taylor Swift playlist in the back because I think Prem might have been the one that was obsessed with Taylor Swift. Where is this gosh darn playlist? What the heck? I'll find it, don't worry. Anyway, so they are, I think they meet one night at a bar, and then they're like hooking up, making out in the back corner, whatever. Prem gets a call. He's a doctor. I'm pretty sure it was something doctor related. But he gets a call. He goes, I have to leave. And so Karina has her shirt over her head, and she gets stuck, and Prem just leaves her. And so she's like, fuck you, bitch. And then her sister is a blogger of some sort. Karina's is. And she goes on Prem's show because Prem has a show. And so Karina sees Prem again, and she bitches him out. But then the world, I don't know if it's the world collectively agrees that they'd make a great couple or what, but they are Indian, like South Indian, I want to say. I could be very wrong though. Anyway, in their culture, marriage is a big thing, and it's like a big deal. The way that I've talked about 4 books, and this is already 10 minutes long. I gotta get moving. Jesus. Anyway, don't mind my dog. They agree, well, okay, I think it's Prem's family or something that wants, it's the TV network, that's what it is, that wants Prem and Karina to be together, but then Karina's dad wants Karina to be married in order for Karina to get the house that her dad is living in, but it's also the house that her mom used to live in. So she really wants this fucking house, but she has to be married first or like engaged or some shit to get it. So Karina's pissed about that, but it's also some good enemies to lovers. Like good enemies to lovers because they hate each other. Well, they claim to hate each other. Prem also claims not to believe in love, but the whole time you're reading this and you're like, Prem, buddy, you're falling fast and you can't get out of it. Nothing you can do, buddy, nothing you can do. Okay, and then I read Twisted Hate. I'm 97% positive that I've talked about this book on here, I want to say. But it follows Jules and Josh. They're both, oh my god, this is enemies to lovers too. Literally, like, every single book in this thing is enemies to lovers. That's fine. Anyway, so it follows Jules and Josh. Josh is a medical resident, and Jules is a woman studying to be a lawyer. So it's a series, and they're all friends, except for it follows Stella, Jules, Ava, and Bridget. So Ava is Josh's sister and Jules' best friend. So that's how they know each other. So it's technically best friend's brother. Yes, it is. So they hate each other, and they like stab at each other all the time, and they're both dicks to each other, but they're also both extremely attractive and also both extremely busy and too busy for relationships. So one night, I think it's Josh that proposes that they have an enemies with benefits arrangement, which is less than friends, but still with benefits. So obviously, as friends with benefits goes, shit goes down. People catch feelings as per usual. This book was actually extremely heartbreaking. I'm taking off my swimsuit top underneath here. Because I was not expecting shit to get that in depth. I'm pretty sure technically these can be read as interconnected standalones, but I highly recommend at least reading Ava's book before you go into this, because Ava and Josh's stories are kind of tied together, seeing as they're siblings. But it was freaking intense. And, you learn a lot about Josh. Josh is fucked up. You meet him in the other books, and you're like, no, Josh is not fucked up. And then you read his book, and you're like, Josh is so fucked up. Mans needs some therapy and a hug. God. But it was so extremely beautiful. And it, deals with everyone. Well, it deals a lot with Jules' past trauma. Not a lot with Josh's. Also, the spice in this book, off the charts. It was just beautiful. Just beautiful. I did, in fact, sob while reading this book. And it was 400 pages, and I read it in 2 days. So do with that what you will. But it was everything that I wanted in life and more. So anyway, next we have Terms and Conditions by Laura Asher. I read this book twice within the span of 4 days. It was so extremely good. I've talked about the fine print on here. This is the second book in the fine print. It follows Declan and Iris, and they are fake married because Declan needs to be married in order to become CEO or something of his company, per his grandfather's wishes. So he gets married to become CEO, and he was gonna marry someone else besides Iris, who is his personal assistant, but he ends up marrying Iris because everybody else backs out because this man is a dick. So, it follows Declan and Iris, obviously, also dual POV. So was all of these actually were dual POV. So there's that. But Declan and Iris, it follows them and just like the ups and downs, because Declan is a dickhead with some workaholic tendencies, and Iris is a very free, happy woman. She's also a Black woman, so I loved every single fucking second of this, solely because this woman is brown. Anyway, it follows them, obviously. I don't know what else to say. I don't even want to tell you more because I will spoil the whole entire thing. You get me started talking about this book and I won't stop. I will not stop. So read it. Read it or else, actually. Yeah, you heard me. Anyway, so the other ones that I don't have. I read the Voyeur series, and we're just going to collectively overview this. Oh shit, I still have 3 fucking series to talk about. Okay, so the Voyeur series follows, it's a 6-book series. Yeah, it's a 6-book series. And it's about all of these people who work at a sex club or somehow tied to people who are not in, but like a part of the sex club. So the first book is called Teacher. Yep. Okay, so, and it follows Oakland and Caleb. Oakland is a broke ass college student who decides to take a job working as a performer. Technically she's not a sex worker, but a performer at this sex club where people watch others have sex. It's really interesting. Anyway, one night her teacher goes in there, and so they start hooking up, as one does. Check trigger warnings on this book because this book is real intense, and it gets really real really fast, but it was also super good just because, like, obviously working in the sex industry isn't as glamorous as a lot of people make it seem, sadly, and so you kind of get some of the ins and outs of that. And also, if you love a good tall man who wears glasses and is emotionally scarred, you're set. Also, it's really fucking hot in my house right now. Okay, so the second book, full disclosure, don't know what the second book is. I'm pretty sure it's Voyeur. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's Lovers. We're just gonna go like, yeah, okay, so it's Lovers. Lovers follows Jackson, Jake, and Karina, I think it's Karina. We're gonna say it's Karina, but anyway, pretty much Jake and Jackson were best friends in college, but one night they like jacked each other off or some shit, and Jake was like, hey now, we live in a heteronormal world, like this, not okay, so I'm gonna ghost you and never talk to you again. And they were like best fucking friends, so this was a big deal. Anyway, so Jake and Karina are now engaged, and they run like an accounting firm or some shit like that, accounting and marketing, and they take on Voyeur as one of the businesses, and Jackson is the assistant manager as well as a performer. So Karina thinks to spice up their sex life, they should invite Jackson into their bed, and so they do, but then Jackson and Jake start falling in love, and Karina is also in love with them, but like she knows that it's not the same love that they're feeling, so shit goes fucking down. There's a lot of sexual awakenings in this book for all people involved, I believe, because Jake discovers she is in fact a gay man. Jackson discovers, Jake's bi. Jackson discovers he's in love with Jake he knew he was gay before that. But then Karina also discovers she has some issues. So it was good. Also, shit hit the fan real quick in this one. Real quick. Again, check trigger warnings for this whole entire series. But the next one is called Another. It either goes Savior or Another, but we're just gonna go straight into Another, because Another is then Karina's book. So after shit went down with Jake and Jackson, Karina gets her own book. And in that one, she hooks up with this guy named Ian. And then Ian goes on a work trip or some shit, I don't know. And Karina's pregnant. But then Ian comes back from his work trip and he's like, holy shit, Karina's pregnant and nobody told me. That's my fucking baby. So then shit goes down there because Ian has been known to be like a playboy or whatever, but he wants to prove himself and that he can be a dad because he's in love with this small child, and it is the cutest fucking shit ever. Like, the baby is not even born and he's in love with it. And then Karina, obviously, just coming off the whole Jake and Jackson thing, she's fucked up. And they're all still friends, which makes it even more fucked up. But yeah. And then we roll right on into Savior. And this one, you should definitely check trigger warnings for this one, because this book is really fucked up. It talks about a lot about, trigger warning again, sexual, or what is it called? Sex trafficking, because this guy's sister was sold into sex trafficking, and then he, as a business, like as a charity really is what it is he busts sex trafficking and tries to help rehabilitate women. So anyway, one night he came across this ad, and it was this girl selling herself, her virginity, to try and make money. And so he took her in. He didn't have sex with her at first, and then yada yada yada, shit goes down. There's like a lot. And then the next two about these two, the next two have like massive age gaps. So does Savior, full disclosure, but I love a good age gap. So then Voyeur is about this guy named Kent and this girl named, is it Voyeur? Yeah. This is gonna take a hot second. Sorry about that, guys. It's about Kent. Nope. Fuck me, raw dog. What is it? It's Voyeur. No, it's not Voyeur. Maybe it's Teacher. Who knows? The next book in the series is about a guy and then his best friend's niece, and they hooked up once after this girl broke up with her boyfriend, I believe, and she was like 19 and he was like 40. No, not 40 yet, but he was old. And so they start banging while Olivia, that's the girl's name, it's Kent and Olivia, while Olivia's like interning for Kent. And it's like one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, this is just a fling, definitely not, we're not catching feelings, yada yada yada. And then they end up catching feelings, as one does. Also, shit goes down in this book because Kent struggles with depression, I believe, and so it talks a lot about that, which was nice because I like it when people talk about their mental health. It makes me feel less insane. Anyway, the next one is Liar. This video is so fucking long, and I thoroughly apologize for that. But the next book is called Liar. I think I'm gonna be done after I talk about this one. Yeah, I will be, I guess, for you guys. Anyway, the next book is Liar. And it follows this chick and a guy named Daniel. The chick is Eric from Savior, his little sister, who was one of the ones, not one of the ones, well, technically one of the ones, because he had two sisters, they were twins. One of the twins died in sex trafficking, like 3 days before Eric came and found them. Anyway, so this girl was sex trafficked at a young ass age. And in Liar, she approaches Daniel because she like has had a crush on Daniel, but she struggles with expressing her sexuality freely. Obviously, when you have it taken from you like that, it makes things a lot more difficult because people are fucking assholes. Anyway, so she approaches Daniel and she's like, I just want to feel whole again. I need you to teach me how to feel whole and how to have sex healthily, because Daniel is the one who owns Voyeur. So they get to bumping and grinding. She's like 26 and he's almost 40. So apparently that's a weird age gap. I didn't think it was that weird. I thought it was beautiful. But this one is like super intense because there was something that happened to Daniel when he was in college. And it's left him kind of like, you know, so yeah. Anyway, that was really fucking chaotic, and I do apologize for that. I also apologize for how long this took me to make and how long this took me to talk. However, it is what it is. You get what you get. So, that's all for today. And then I will see you guys next week. And since it is Pride Month, hopefully you will be getting a very, very gay video. Okay, bye. I love you.